Honorable Chair, honorable members, people will say Mkhwanazi is very insensitive, but when we talk the honest truth, we must tell the truth. The country was in pain to listen to how much of money was spent at the former president's house, homestead at Ingatla, because there was an accountability that was happening at the time. But this government has never paid attention on the amount of expenditure that was incurred by crime intelligence over years. Interrogate that within the Secret Service account, the misuse of the Secret Service account. Obviously, the Joint Standing Committee is supposed to do that. It's disturbing when reports supposed to be presented to such structures to hold people accountable. Nothing happens to it. We are sitting today, the country is in mourning because we lost one of our ambassadors in France. But then ambassador was a minister of police. As you switch on the television and you watch the homestead of the former minister of police, you're going to see a very big wall, perimeter wall, that was built by the money from crime intelligence. But nobody was held accountable for such, and reports are there. So 2011, we're experiencing all these things. It's members from crime intelligence that takes the money out of crime intelligence to use intelligence that takes the money out of crime intelligence to use them to take control of the executive authority. The minister never asked for the war. The members from crime intelligence took the money secret fund account to make that war so they can get control of the minister. So tomorrow they can then loot that money on their own. Then the minister can't say anything. It's the same thing brings us here today. Minister of Police, Minister Nathi Mthethwa, was made to sign a letter by the raw people within the organization. They might have done something to him. He signs a letter, he committed himself, and today is in trouble because of that. Had he not signed that letter, he would not have been here. So some of the executive officials or authorities that are arriving in the South African Police Service, they had no bad intentions. But the raw within catches them. They take control of them, and they do as they please after that. So as one of the things that I will recommend, Honorable Chair, defense intelligence, state security does not account to the open committees in Parliament. Perhaps we might want to start looking as Parliament on crime intelligence. They've got two accounts of budget is allocated to them, open budget and the COVID budget. Every time when we come to Parliament, there's always this confusion as to what you say on this, what you don't say on that. Because there are questions that are coming from Parliament that talks about COVID issues that should be discussed in another committee, but they are expected to be discussed in this open committee. You can forgive some of the parliamentarian members, they don't know that. They're going to know about a house that was built or bought. They throw questions and they want you to explain that. They don't know that belongs in another committee. Although you have members of the portfolio committee of police who deliberately, knowing, having taken an oath that they will never divulge the secrets of the state in public, members that are part of the Joint Standing Committee of Intelligence, who are supposed to keep the secrets there. And if they ask questions, they must ask in that line. They don't ask questions. I mean, if I digress a bit, Commissioner, honorable members, the member of parliament that I referred to before went out in the public and said, no, when I asked these questions, there was no Joint Standing Committee of Intelligence. And the member asked me to apologize in the national TV. I told everyone else that told me about that I will apologize to the honorable member. I'm apologizing that the honorable member had forgotten the oath that she took. I apologize for it. That she took an oath, that oath has got an expiry date according to her. That this one is valid only for the period when the Joint Standing Committee exists. When a Joint Standing Committee doesn't exist, that oath that she took, it expires. The honorable member that forget that she took an oath before South Africans in Parliament not to divulge the secret of government. And she forgot about the oath. I apologize for that she forgot that oath. And she asked the questions in February and the likes. But I must also apologize that the honorable member forgot that in April, May this year, she took an oath as a member of the Joint Standing Committee of Intelligence. But she still comes to the Portfolio Committee of Police and asks questions about the secret fund account. 3 questions that the police had to respond to her and say, sorry, ma'am, this does not belong here. The chairperson of the Portfolio Committee of Police knows that because I did share with him. This I shared because she denied the initial statement. Then I wanted to prove that it didn't only end there. I only made reference to some few things, not all. So there are many examples, Honorable Chair and members, that one can put, but amongst these recommendations that are put in here, one of them that maybe I didn't write is really to interrogate whether is it necessary for crime intelligence to account in an open committee? Perhaps that's where the problem comes from. Because state security, you don't hear much about this. Not to say things are hunky-dory that side. Defense intelligence, you don't hear anything about this. But crime intelligence always in the middle. Why? It's because you have a portfolio committee of police that holds them accountable. So perhaps the budget must just be moved covertly, all of it, so that it goes to one committee, Joint Standing Committee, being handled there. Whether good or bad, but it is regarded as a covert fund completely. So that is one of the addition if I were to include Honorable Chair and Honorable members on these recommendations. But maybe to narrate on some of those that are here, Honorable Chair and members, I had requested on the first one that the South African Police Service senior management, and I hope the honorable members know where the senior managers in the police start from, is brigadiers and higher. Once you become a brigadier and higher, at least there must be a lifestyle audit that is conducted to all of us. And it must not be a once-off thing. And it must not be done by the police. The committee might want to find an independent entity to do that. And the report be given to a chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Police, and then it can be elevated to Parliament. But basically, the employment condition of a police officer needs to be conditional. It cannot be just a permanent thing. You come in, you work until you retire at 60, whether you are delivering or not delivering, whether you are rogue or not rogue, you just enjoy your salary every single day. We have to review that. So lifestyle audit is what I'm calling for. We all must be subjected to that, so that you get to understand, where does Mkhwanazi get the money to buy the suit? Can he afford it? And many other things that we have as police management. And I'll also request that perhaps the committee, ad hoc committee through Parliament, really look at the vetting process or the employment condition in the police, because when, I don't know if honorable members knows the levels of vetting. You have confidential things, you have secret things, you have top secret, and those different levels. It is a given thing to say everyone must be given a top secret, and I don't think it's classified. What is it that this country regards as a top secret? And therefore, who must have access to it? Because the moment you regard something as a top secret, it means it's something that if you reveal that to the public, it's got a potential of undermining the security of the state. It must be highest level of order that you can get, top secret. So it can't be everyone that gets it. When you come and look at the police, how many people that were expected to get top secret, some of them you really ask yourself a question, is it necessary? Does this person really have to get into the top secret? There's no classification, categorization of this a post level, a post that the person is occupying, and what type of classification must be there. So I think there's a standard that needs to be set.
If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us grow and create even more exciting videos for you. Thanks for watching.